హలో హలో సార్ హలో సార్
సార్ ఇంకా కనెక్ట్ అవ్వలేదు.
ఓకే ఓకే
Okay, welcome back everybody. Now we are continuing our session. Okay, these are the statutory provisions which is relates to about stairs, floors and means of access, sums and openings. Okay.
హలో సార్
Nataraj.
హలో సార్ నేను అడగాలి సార్, అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం ఎరెక్షన్ చేస్తాం, అదేంటిది స్కాఫోల్డ్స్ చేస్తాం కదా సార్. ఎరెక్ట్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత చిన్న స్లిప్పరీ సర్ఫేస్ ఉంటే వాటి మీద అది దానికి ఏమైనా స్పెషల్, అంటే ఐ మీన్ లాన్యార్డ్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటాయా? స్పెషల్ లాన్యార్డ్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటాయా?
ప్లాట్ఫామ్ మీద అంటున్నారా మీరు? స్టైర్ కేస్ అంటున్నారా? యాక్సెస్ లాడర్ అంటున్నారా?
లాడర్ కాదు, అదేంటి ఇది ఎక్కుతారు కదా స్కాఫోల్డ్ మీదే. స్కాఫోల్డ్ ఎక్కుతారు కదా, అంటే కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ లోనే స్కాఫోల్డ్ స్లిప్పరీ అయిపోతే దానికి ఏమైనా స్పెషల్ బకిల్స్ కానీ ఏమైనా టైప్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటాయా అని అడుగుతున్నాను సార్.
స్పెషల్ బకిల్స్ ఏం లేదు నాన్న. we have to clean up that I mean the slippery surface, that's all. Otherwise we have to provide another I mean any lifeline and we have to ask them to use. If it is in if it is in a horizontal surface we can. If the person is climbing down on the staircase, even though you are providing lifeline also, it is not usable. He will come down if it is false.
అంటే దాని స్పెషల్ గా బకిల్స్ ఏం లేవు, అంతే అవే
no special buckets. I mean buckets.
ఓకే సార్, అంతే అన్ని.
Okay. You see some of the safety. Yeah.
పర్మనెంట్ గురించి చెప్పారు కదా సార్. ఇది అందం అది రొటీన్ వర్క్, నాన్ రొటీన్ వర్క్. రొటీన్ వర్క్ ఏమో ఏరా తీసుకుంటాం, నాన్ రొటీన్ ఏమో జేఏసీ తీసుకుంటాం సార్.
రొటీన్ కి ఏమో విరా,
రొటీన్ కి జేఏసీ సార్. నాన్ రొటీన్ రొటీన్ కి ఏరా సార్. నాన్ రొటీన్ జేఏసీ తీసుకుంటాం. దానికి డిఫరెన్స్ ఇందాక మీరు చెప్పారు కదా సార్. పర్మనెంట్ ప్రాసెస్ దానికి పర్మనెంట్ ఉంటుంది కదా అని చెప్పారు.
ఓకే, జేఎస్ఏ మీరు ఎందుకు రాస్తున్నారు?
జాబ్ సీజన్ సార్, అందరూ కాంట్రాక్ట్, అందరూ పర్మనెంట్ వాళ్ళు, కొంతమంది కొత్త అవును సార్.
జాబ్ సేఫ్టీ అనాలిసిస్ మీరు ఎందుకు చేస్తున్నారు? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీరు నేను ఇందాక చెప్పాను ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్, మిషన్ షాప్ అనుకున్నాము నాది. మిషన్ షాప్ లో నా మిషన్స్ రన్ చేస్తున్నాను, అక్కడ మీరు జేఎస్ఏ చెయ్యరు, ఎందుకు?
Sir, as routine work కాబట్టి కదా సార్.
Being it is a routine activity, yes sir, there we'll do the HIRA, hazard identification and risk assessment. In yes. JSA we'll split the job into the small activities. In each activity you identify the hazard and there you will give the safety precautions. Okay. JSA will be done for the non-routine activities, especially while giving permit system. That will be a good practice actually. Apart from JSA also, most of the hazards will identify in the permit. If any chance of missing any new activities coming, which is not covering, which is not given permit before, there we can conduct a JSA. For example, new machine installation, you are never done in your experience. I mean, you are done not before, I mean, last 3-4 years, you are not done any new machine installation. We don't know what is the type of machine, size of the machine, I mean, where they have given a lifting provision and all, how we are going to bring into the process area. There, they will conduct a JSA. You please the job. First, I have to unload the machine from the lorry. From there, I have to bring back to the process area. From there, I have to lift it to the first floor or second floor. From there, I have to move it to the where the machine has to be installed. After installation, I have to give the connections. With this, we will split all the activities into the minor steps. Each step will identify the hazard and will give the precautionary measure. And the same will give training to the employees, I mean workers who are working, so that they will be well aware about the potential hazards which the activity they are going to perform, and they will also conscious, are itla chesthe manaki emana debbalu tagultayi, manaki training icharu, so that we can make it as a training document. That is for JSA. HIRA will be different. HIRA will be for the completely, it talks about the process related, whatever the activities you are doing. As per the ISO 45001, we have to conduct a hazard identification and risk assessment study. That is a standard requirement. There we have to do the HIRA. Clear? Swami? Swami garu clear? Okay. Okay, now we'll see some of the safety requirements while working at height. Falls happen due to the falling from staircase or runs or ramps or gangways, floors and ladders. Therefore, the safety aspect of their design and construction and use of explained below. Staircase. The slope of the stairway should be 30 to 35 within horizontal, and always the stairway should be fitted with the railing. This is the requirement. The stairway should be at the angle 30 to 35, and we have to maintain the railings for the staircase. Okay. The stairway should be fitted with the railing on the open sides and the handrails sides, which are otherwise enclosed. Which means whatever the staircase you are using, it has to be equipped with the rails. And the height of the railing at the stairs should not be less than 75 mm or more than 90 mm measured from the top surface of the staircase. Which means we have to maintain the minimum 75 and maximum 90 mm based on the height of the staircase. And the stair landing should be protected by the railing or toe board, which means landing in the sense, for example, we'll have 10 steps. There we have a platform. Again, the steps will start. That is mean by the landing. There we have to provide a toe board. The toe board should not be less than 15 centimeters in height. It has to be minimum 15 centimeters. And adequate lighting on the stairway should be provided to avoid accident. Which means the staircase, if we are working or while doing any activity on the staircase, we have to maintain proper ventilation. We have to ensure the railing is provided, and we have to ensure the the rest area, the platform should be protected with the toe board. And here I have given some examples for the ramps, and this is the toe board. This is the toe board we can call. These are some of the ladder types. Now we'll see ramp. We'll see what is mean by ramp. This is the temporary ramp they have arranged, and here they have mentioned some fencing also to avoid people entry here, to avoid shortcuts. The slope of a ramp and runways and gangways. Yeah.
Sir, ramps ki evana degrees untayi sir? Ramp evana construction చేసేటప్పుడు ఏమైనా రూల్స్ ఉన్నాయి సార్?
That-
డిగ్రీ
that-
ఇంత
that- that-
డిగ్రీలో పెట్టాలి.
that's what you're telling. 15 degree.
ఓకే సార్.
అంటే ఎప్పుడు కూడానండి మీ పేరు ఓకే సార్, ఎప్పుడు కూడాను ర్యాంప్ అనేది ఏదో పరిగెత్తినట్టు ఉండకూడదు. ఇట్ షుడ్ బి కంఫర్టబుల్ ఇనఫ్. ద పీపుల్ కెన్ గో ఈజీలీ అండ్ ఈజీలీ దే కెన్ కమ్ అవుట్. వైల్ climbing up they should not feel any stress. While going down it should not be too deep, so that they may go in a safer way and they can come out. Okay.
ఓకే సార్.
Wire screens are necessary on the sides if there is a risk of metal falling through the sides. If it in case in the railway or in a rampway, if there is a chance of fall of material in the other side, they are doing any blasting or something, there we have to put a wire fence. And runways are long with the uniform slope and should be maintained. Whatever the runway or ramp you have made, it should be uniform in slope. It should not be, I mean, one side it has very low, one side it is elevated, not like it should be uniform.
సార్ వన్ డౌట్ సార్.
Yeah, please.
సార్ మన స్టేర్ కేస్ ఉంటుంది కదా, స్టేర్ కేస్ కి రెస్ట్ ప్లేస్ ఎన్ని మీటర్ డిస్టెన్స్ లో ఉండాలి సార్? అంటే ఎంత స్టేర్ కేస్ ఎక్కిన తర్వాత ఎంత డిస్టెన్స్ లో రెస్ట్ ప్లేస్ ఉండాలి?
నన్ను అడిగితే ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా అంటే ఎవ్రీ 12 రైజెస్ లేదంటే 15 రైజెస్ అంటే ఇట్స్ డిపెండ్ ఆన్ ద హైట్ యు ఆర్ ప్రొవైడింగ్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, if it is a one floor, maximum will keep 12 steps, then we have a rest again. 12 steps will keep a rest. Actually it's depend on the this thing design parameter. Minimum I can say maximum 15 steps, then we have a rest area. Again we can go for steps. మీకు ఇంకా క్లియర్ గా కావాలంటే I'll give you in tomorrow session I'll give you a detailed this thing. I mean the height of the step, I'll see that NBC, National Building Code, I'll refer that code and I'll give you exact detail.
ఇంకో another question సార్. స్కఫోల్డ్ అరేంజ్మెంట్స్ కి మనకి ఏమైనా మెజర్మెంట్స్ ఉంటాయా? అంటే ఈ హైట్ లో స్కఫోల్డ్ రాడ్స్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఉండాలి అనేసి అని స్కఫోల్డింగ్ కి ఏమైనా మెజర్మెంట్ ఉందా అనేసి.
అర్థం కాలేదు వాసు గారు, మీ క్వశ్చన్ అర్థం కాలేదు.
స్కఫోల్డింగ్ కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేస్తాం కదా సార్.
అవును.
పైప్ డిస్టెన్స్ ఉంటుంది కదా,
అవన్నీ స్టాండర్డ్ ఉన్నాయండి. మాక్సిమం మనం ఎలా చెప్తామంటే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ద హారిజాంటల్ బిట్వీన్ అంటే 2 వర్టికల్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, ఆ 2 వర్టికల్ డిస్టెన్స్ మధ్యలో ఎంత ఉంటే దానికంటే 4 times మనము హైట్ స్కఫోల్డింగ్ అనేది మనం ఎరెక్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఈ 2 పైపుల మధ్యలో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మన 2 కాళ్ళ మధ్యలో డిస్టెన్స్ ఎంత ఉంది? 1 feet ఉంది అనుకోండి మనం నిలబడినప్పుడు, నేను దానికంటే 4 feet హైట్ నేను స్కఫోల్డింగ్ అనేది చేయొచ్చు. స్టాండర్డ్ అది వచ్చేసి స్టాండర్డ్ అనమాట. దట్ ఈస్ ద సేఫ్ ఎరెక్షన్. మీరు కింద విడతైతే ఎంతైతే పెట్టారో ఇంటూ 4 times యూ కెన్ ఎరెక్ట్ హైట్ ఆఫ్ ద స్కఫోల్డ్. అండ్ ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ we have to give a support from the fixed structure of the building to avoid fall of the scaffold.
ఓకే సార్, ఇది వర్టికల్ ఒక హారిజాంటల్ పైప్ సపోర్ట్స్ కి ఏమైనా మళ్ళీ దానికి ఏమైనా మెజర్మెంట్స్ ఏం లేవు సార్?
దానికి కూడా మెజర్మెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయి. అవి 1 meter ఉంటాయి, 2 meter పైప్స్ ఉన్నాయి. అంత డీప్ గా వెళ్తే స్కఫోల్డింగ్ అనేది ఒక పెద్ద సబ్జెక్ట్ అండి. అది
ఓకే సార్,
చాలా పెద్ద సబ్జెక్ట్. మనం డీప్ గా వెళ్తే చాలా ఉన్నాయి. డిఫరెంట్ కప్ లాక్స్ ఉన్నాయి. దాంట్లో మనము అవుట్ రిగ్గర్స్ అనుకుంటాము, లేదంటే క్రాస్ బ్రేసింగ్స్ అంటాము, సైడ్ బ్రేసింగ్స్ అంటాము, రైలింగ్ అంటాము. ఈవెన్ ఈచ్ పైప్ థిక్నెస్ ని బట్టి కూడాను ఆ స్కఫోల్డింగ్ స్ట్రెంత్ అనేది క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తారు. బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద థిక్నెస్ ఆఫ్ ద మెటీరియల్, బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద లెంత్ ఆఫ్ ద మెటీరియల్, బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద MOC అంటే మెటీరియల్ ఆఫ్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్. అంటే ఆ పైప్ అనేది రగ్స్ అనేవి దేనితో తయారు చేశారో ఆ MOC ని బేస్ చేసి కూడా ఆ స్కఫోల్డింగ్ యొక్క స్ట్రెంత్ అనేది వేరీ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే
ఓకే ఓకే సార్,
థ్యాంక్ యూ. Okay, and we'll talk about floors. The design should be consider all types of load in the form of material, person and other forces acting on the floor, which means we have to design, while designing a floor we have to consider all the material types and the persons and the force it is applying on the floor. Unprotected floor edges, situated height and openings, ramps, pits and in the platform of the floor should be protected. Whatever the unprotected edges, which means if it is in first floor, there we made an opening for putting some equipment or machine, it should be protected with the hard barricading if you are taking any time. Otherwise, it should be barricaded, or we have to provide a barricade to avoid fall of a person. And floor should be sufficient strength, and the shall be never be overloaded. Whatever the floors which is designed, it has to be sufficient strength. Beyond that, we should not overload the floor. And they should be non-slippery and free from the holes, openings, and pinch points and uneven surfaces. Whatever the floor you are doing, it should be non-slippery, free from the holes and openings, pinch points, and uneven surfaces. Non-conductive floor is explosive atmosphere, pose potential hazard. Non-conductive floor in explosive atmosphere. We can say what is mean by non-conductive and conductive. Conductive, non-conductive ante cheptara. What is the difference?
Those conduct electricity, conducting means hello.
Iron platform అనేది conductivity
Ratan Singh చెప్పండి.
Means it must not be wet. Floor must be, if it is wet, it will be conductive. So it will be dry or some
Ratan Singh, very good. It is not about the wet or dry. Some of the floors are conductive. The floor itself, it is a conductive, which means it will absorb the electrons. Yeah, it will absorb the electrons, so that whatever the static electricity you have generated, it will take and it will dilute it. Means it will uncharge the body, which is useful in the explosive environment, which means any petrochemical, any pharmaceutical industry, it will be very useful. Okay. Non-conductive. And discharge of static electricity generates a spark which can be ignited the explosive mixture near of the floor, and such floors must be earthed properly. Some of the floors will give earthing also. If you see in petrochemical and processing industries, the floor should be conductive so that they can avoid the generation of static electricity. Static electricity and all we'll see in chemical paper. There we can go through the detailed what is meant by static electricity, how it is generating, types, and how we can avoid. Ladder. Ladders we seen. What is the ladder we can use? It should be, what is the angle? It should be 75-degree angle, and it is 1:4. If you take it 1 foot, from the this thing, we can keep it 4 foot height. Ladders may be classified under two broad categories: portable and fixed ladder. Fixed ladder will be called as a monkey ladders. We can call it as in our general terminology for the stacks, or for the DG stack, or any big stacks are there. They used to keep the monkey ladder. For any water tank are there, water tanks, for that also they used to keep a monkey ladders. Whenever possible, to replace it by fixed stairs or fixed ladder or scaffolding, or they suitable for the arrangement. Instead of using portable ladder, we can suggest, if it is possible, we can go for the fixed ladders. Not using ladders whenever required is a common cause of serious accident. Whenever there is a requirement of ladder in that work area, the people will not use. खाली ये इतनी छोटी काम के लिए उधर से जाके लैडर कौन ले आएगा? ठीक है, थोड़ी तो जो भी ले लेंगे, डब्बा मिलेगा, नहीं तो एक ड्रम मिलेगा, उसमें खड़े होके काम करेंगे, काम खत्म करके जाएंगे. ऐसा चलते एटीट्यूड बिल्कुल नहीं चलेगा సేఫ్టీ में. ఏం చేస్తారంటే ల్యాడర్ అంత దూరం చేయం పట్టుకొస్తాంలే, మళ్ళీ మెయింటెనెన్స్ దగ్గర పోవాలి, చిన్నగా మిషన్ మీద దాని మీద దీని మీద ఎక్కి పని చేద్దాం అనుకుంటారు, కింద పడి దెబ్బలు తగిలించుకుంటారు. Man climb on machines, equipment, boxes, and barrels to get access to the place above the floor, and those get involved in accident. Instead of using ladder, they'll climb on equipment, boxes, barrels, whatever the object nearby to the machine or nearby to the work area, they will climb on that and they will try to perform the work. At the time, they may meet with accident.
Sir, 1:4, what is that? That was, sir?
No.
You told.
Ratan Singh, it is about ladder position. How the ladder position should be.
Means
For example,
four is the length and one is the base, no? Like that.
बस I see है. For example, अपना ये दीवार समझो, ऐसा ladder डालता है ना, ये 4 फीट हो गया, सॉरी ये 1 फीट हो गया, ये 4 फुट, मतलब ये 4 फुट नीचे का होगा और 4 फीट है ना, जो हम लोग ऊपर जाना है ना, उसका हाइट होगा, ठीक है. और whatever the platform, this is the landing area, whatever the ladder you are placing, no, minimum three rugs in the sense in between that steps are there, no, it should be minimum 3 steps above the landing area for the safe landing. Make sure that minimum 3 steps above the landing area for the safe landing of people. At the same time, we are not supposed to carry any material while climbing or descending or ascending. I mean, climbing or coming down at the time of, coming down. And we have to maintain 3-point contact while ascending or descending on ladder. Okay. Yeah. And these are the different types of ladder, step ladder, fixed ladder, and transport of ladders. And we'll see. In the situation where there is no suitability facility to lay the ladder, and such ladder should be okay. Such ladders, what is happening, man? Here I'm able to see my presentation. Okay. Yeah. In the situation where there is no suitable facility to lean the ladder, such a ladder should be right choice, step ladder. Our ladder are generally provided in convenient platform and a handrail at the top, which means wherever there is a, inconvenient is there, there we can use a step ladder for make a provision. And fixed ladder, whenever the length of the fixed ladder is excess 9 meter, it is necessary to provide a cranial line in the sense monkey ladder. For example, if you see this one, if it is more than 9 meters height, we have to provide a one cage. They will provide full length. They will provide a cage like this. It will be. They will provide a cage so that the people will not fall. It will give some sort of protection. And some of the, the fixed ladders, they will give lifeline also to avoid while ascending and descending to avoid a fall. They will put that fall arrestor system and they will climb up and they will climb down. If the user falls, the upset of the pull or slide causes it to catch on the cable. That fall is arrested. It's talking about the, fall arrestor. Then transport of ladders. The portable ladder should not be more than 20 feet long. While doing transport, the portable ladder, it is better. It should not be more than 20 feet so that we can carry easily. And ladder should be carried always with a leading end at least 2 meters above the ground. We have to keep it minimum 2 meters above the ground, or we can use 2 people for the carrying ladders. And long and heavy ladder should be carried by the 2 or more people. If it is long, if it is bit heavy, better we can suggest 2 or 3 people for the transportation or carrying from one place to other place. The ladder is safest and easier to climb when it is at angle of 75 degree to the horizontal plane. Horizontal plane, if you are climbing or from the horizontal plane, it should be 75 degree. Should be 75 degree.
Sir, 75 or 45 degrees, sir?
75. The 45 will be very close. We cannot climb. One second. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Climbing of ladder. We have seen the climbing of ladder should be, you have to face. While facing, you have to climb the ladder. While with the facing, you have to climb the ladder. A person ascending and descending a ladder should be always face the ladder. And facing away from the ladder while descending is a dangerous practice. Sometimes the people will climb down ulta. They will climb, seeing outside the this thing actually. That will be very dangerous, because if they slip, they cannot hold anything. If you are climbing or if you are ascending and descending in this position, if any chance of slip, you can have your hand support any one of this step you can hold to avoid a fall. When climbing or descending, the rug should be held firmly by hand over hand, which means while climbing or coming down with our two legs, two hands, we have to firmly grip. We have to have a good grip while coming up and down. It is easier and hence safer for a person to cling onto a rug when it is to style in case of foot slips, which means in case while climbing or coming down, if any chance of slip in this position, it is easy for the person to hold in these positions. However, in the case of fixed ladder with a wide steps and narrow style, it is a safer to hold the styles. Styles in the sense, the side ones. You can say style or rugs. And scaffolding. The main hazards and safety measures we'll see with the scaffolding. The main hazards with the scaffolding are unsuitable and firmly material of construction, which means it is not suitable, or faulty material. They are using a low class material. Inadequately supported scaffold boards, which means they are not supported the boards properly. Improper platform width and thickness. The platform width is very thin. What will happen? If the person, 2-3 person goes on the platform, it may fall down. A non-securing or bracing scaffold to the structure and damaged or wrong coupler. They are using wrong couplers for jointing two scaffold pipes or rugs. A non-securing bracing scaffold. They are not secure the bracings properly. That will be a dangerous situation. Unsecure ladders. For the going for one stage to the other stage of scaffold, we use ladders. They are not secure or slipping. And omission of guardrails or toe boards, which means they didn't provided guardrails or toe boards to the scaffold. This will be also a hazard. Overloading of scaffold. The scaffold is designed for 200 kg or 300 kg per square meter. They may load up to 500 or 700 or 1000 kg. Then it will be a chance of collapse of scaffold. Erected on uneven ground. The scaffold is erected in uneven ground. This is, for example, the ground is like this, or they are not, or the ground is place is like this. If they are working in, erected in uneven ground, it will be a chance of collapse. Now we'll see some of the safety measures. The scaffold foundation should be verified before erection. Before scaffolding, erecting a scaffold, we have to verify the ground or foundation. A loose or fireable packing like bricks should not be used as a support. We should not put a bricks or any other loose materials. For a height of more than 15 meter, the steel scaffold should be preferred and not a wooden one. If it is height of more than 15, which means if it is below height, we can use wooden type. No, it is not. Based on the application, based on the standard requirement of that particular country or particular state, we have to follow this. Warning notice should be displayed near incomplete or dangerous scaffold. Here, the tags plays a crucial role. Green tag, red tag, and yellow tag. Whatever the condition of the scaffold, we have to display. Dismantling should be carried out in a reverse order of erection, which means we have to dismantle from the top to bottom. While erecting, we'll erect from bottom to top. While dismantling, we have to do from top to bottom. And material should not be thrown from the height and should not be left laying here and there, and they should be properly collected. Which means while dismantling the scaffold, we should not throw the material from the top. After completion of work, all the scaffold material should be stored in a dry protected place using racks and boxes and trays. which means after doing dismantling, we have to collect the material properly and we have to store in a dry place to avoid a rusting of scaffold pipes. And we'll see types of scaffold. There are different types of scaffolds. Pole type scaffold, we have a tubular, we have a suspended scaffold. We'll see some of the types here. Easy here. This is an independent tied scaffold with a revel type. We see this is the cross bracings. We can call it a ledger. This is the sole plate, and these are the base plate. This is the sole plate. And we are talking about the guardrail. This is the guardrail, and this is the toe board. You see here, we are seeing some planks here. This is the toe board. And
Such a small dot, sir. Sir, young scaffold ke toggers untai sir, toggers sir.
ఏంటండి
Young scaffold ke toggers untai sir.
Gangman scaffold. Sir, maybe అర్థం కాలేదు.
Young scaffold sir, aluminum scaffold untai sir, mobile sir.
మూవబుల్ స్కఫోల్డ్ కూడా మనకు ఉంటుంది సార్. అది ఆల్రెడీ వాళ్ళు డిజైన్ చేసే ఇస్తారు. అది మనకి ఆల్రెడీ ఉంటుంది మనకి. పోర్టబుల్ స్కఫోల్డ్ అంటున్నారు కదా, అందులో మనకి ఆల్రెడీ వాళ్ళు డిజైన్ చేసి ఇస్తారు.
అది అల్యూమినియం స్కఫోల్డ్ మూవబుల్ టైప్ ఉంటాయి కదా సార్, దాంట్లో యంగ్మెన్ స్కఫోల్డ్ అంటారు.
ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే సార్, థాంక్యూ.
This is the put-lug scaffold. This is the other type.
Sir, what is ledger?
Lizard in the sense it is the pipe, no? What is lizard? The lizard. You'll see here. Ledger. This is the ledger. Pipe.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the other type of scaffold. This is the rolling type or portable. These types of scaffolds are very minor, very rarely we can see actually. See, even though it is a mobile type, they have arranged a toe board. Somebody asked now, this is the toe boards actually. This is the working platform, they have arranged a toe board. This is the access to reach this platform. They'll go like this. These are the outriggers. To protect the stability for the scaffold. Such scaffolds move on rollers, wheels, or castrons while with a wheel locking device, and they are portable and the most used for the maintenance work. It will have a mobile wheels and mostly used for the maintenance activity. To prevent overturning, height should not be more than 3 times of the minimum width of the base, which means to avoid overturning, whatever this thing is, no, it is better to have a 3 times of minimum width of the scaffold. And the minimum base length should be 4 feet. This will be the minimum base length should be minimum 4 feet. While pushing and pulling the tower, the person should not be right on that. While carrying, for example, you have to relocate from this to other location. The people should not be there on the scaffold. They have to climb down, then you can move it to the other location. And the tools and material should be removed before moving. If is there any tools are they are using on the scaffold, they have to remove. And the top working platform must be handrail and a toe board should be provided. If it is top, they have to provide a handrail and the toe board.
Sir, wooden scaffold is it acceptable, sir?
No, it depends, sir. As we seen here, if it is above the 15 meter and the type of work they are doing, it is not advisable. For example, they are working for 2 meter height, 2.5 meter, 3 meter height and all. We have to ensure the minimum requirement. How they are putting the scaffold, whether they are trained or not, and what is the type of material they are using. Sometimes what they will do, no, they will use different types of material and different sizes of material. Then will not assure that it is giving enough strength to go to work at that height. And above 5 to 6 meter, it is better not to allow any wooden scaffold. And as of now, the wooden scaffold is completely banned. It is better not to allow. It is not allowed. Go for metal type and tubular type of scaffold.
Up to 5 to 6 meters is acceptable, sir?
No, it is not also acceptable. It's all depends on the company to company. For example, some of the companies they may accept, and some of the companies they may accept. It's all depends on the standard you are following. If you ask me, I say no, we are not supposed to follow, because all the organization, all the management will not. Some of the areas, if the company is in remote location, there the availability of that metal scaffold is not available. What we'll do? As per the requirement, we are not supposed to use. In case it is not there, as a safety officer, we have to ensure that they are building that scaffold properly as per the requirement, and we have to ensure that it is good enough to people can go and work there. That's all.
Okay. Second point of చెప్తారా? Mobile scaffolding is second point. Mobile scaffolding lo second point of చెప్తారా?
To prevent overturning, height should not be more than 3 times the minimum width of the base, which means ఈ minimum width అయితే ఎంత ఉందో దీనికి 3 times కంటే హైట్ ఎక్కువ ఉండొద్దు అంటున్నాడు. అంతవరకు హైట్ మనం వెళ్ళొద్దు అంటున్నాడు. The minimum width of the base should be 4 feet. It should be 4 feet width, and it should not be go more than 3 times, which means 4 into 3s are 12 feet. It should not be more than 12 feet height. As a
once more in English, height should not more than 3 times the minimum width of base. Means you understand in Tamil, Telugu, in English.
Okay. and ये क्या है ना रतन सिंह, ये क्या है ना अपना जो ये नीचे का विड्थ है ना, अभी ये 4 फुट समझो, into 3 times we can go maximum. Above that it is not safe, which means he is telling that to avoid overturning, which means to avoid fall of a scaffold, it is better to keep 4 times than the base of the scaffold. For example, if the base is 1 meter, you can put that height of the mobile scaffold will be 3 meter. If the base is 4 meter, maximum you can go for 12 meter. That is the way. Okay, 3 times than the base, and the minimum length of the base should be 4 feet height. 4 feet. Width should be there. The minimum length. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
అంటే 12 feet కుండా ఇంకా ఎక్కువ హైట్ వర్క్ చేయాలి అంటే ఏం చేయాలి సార్? ఆ విడ్త్ అనేది తగ్గించాలి.
There we have to go for the tubular kind of scaffold. We should not use the mobile type. This mobile type of scaffold mostly suitable for the maintenance activities and అది ఎట్లా అంటే మాక్సిమం ఒక 10 minutes వర్క్, 15 minutes లేదంటే 1 hour వర్క్ ఉంది కదా, ఏవైతే మెయింటెనెన్స్ యాక్టివిటీస్ ఉంటాయో వాటికి మాత్రమే యూస్ చేస్తారు. ఫ్రీ జాబ్స్ కి, హెవీ లోడ్స్ కి, the work is going for continuously for 3 days, 4 days and all, it is not suitable. It is only for the small activities, only for the maintenance.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
This is the swinging type. If you see in the glass cleaning people, they used to use before, even for painting, plastering of big walls, big walls, they used to use this kind of swinging type. Here they'll have a 2 supports from the both ends. From there they used to hang actually. Here the platform is hanging by the 2 chain pulley blocks, ropes, hooks, and the supporting beam. This is the supporting beam. Here we have a supporting beam in the top, and with the supporting beam they are using a 2 chain pulley blocks. With the chain pulley blocks they can come down, and the suspended platform can be raised and lowered. With this platform, what can we do? We can, if you want, we can take it up, or we can take it down as well. The movement of both ends should be